Who is it? Leave me alone. Huh? Come in, then. Hmm. I'm sorry. I should have done better. Been better. Then Shio wouldn't have had to die. I can't live with myself. When Dr. Kakeru died, I ran away from the TSC and locked myself in here. If I'd stayed, if I'd worked together with Chio, then maybe none of this would have happened. Or rather, maybe I could have died in her place. But it is. It never would have come to this if I hadn't lost sight of my purpose in life. Putting myself on the line for another. If I'd been able to live the way she did, then even I could have had a purpose. But I gave in to my fears and ran away. In the end, I couldn't achieve anything. I thought faking it would be enough, but I couldn't even do that much. I had a best friend who I really respected. I always wanted to be like her. But I was a coward, weak. I had no purpose, no value in life. If I were anything like her, I would have been able to devote myself to others like she did. Maybe then my life would have held meaning. Maybe then my life would have had some hope. But I've always been the cowardly Nozomi. I could never hope to become a saint like her. Sorry. I know you don't care about any of this. I just wanted to give you a proper apology. That's why I let you in. I know what I did can't be forgiven. You should just forget about me.
The damsel drowns in a deluge of despair. And yet, if you wish to be entangled in Nozomi's fate, if you wish to step into her heart, then find your determination. Bring your ego to bear. The road of fate thins like a waning tide. There won't be much room to walk by your side.
Please, leave me alone. Why won't you just let me be? Why? Why me? I'm a fake, and not even a good one. I'm Nozomi, the coward, the loser. What makes you think I can help you at all? No, I can't help you. Even calling me a fake is generous. You have more important people to deal with. Just forget about me. What's that supposed to mean?
Would you shut up? Do I want to? Why would I want that? Who would want that? Why do I have to feel this way at all? I just can't do this anymore. I wanted Chio to survive. I wanted to die instead of her. What I wanted was to become someone who could live for others. I never wanted to feel like this. All I wanted was to be someone who would risk their life for others. Someone people could look up to. I wanted a meaningful life. I'm pathetic, disgusting, a fake. My ego is... I don't even know. I'm awful. Just leave me. I hate this. I hate myself. Leave me alone. Please. I have no hope. I'm a lost cause. Even living life as a fake can't give me what I want anymore. I used to. That's the kind of person I've always admired. But I ran, and then Chio died, and it's all my fault. Huh? What? For you? You think I'm good enough? If you really mean that, then maybe I can believe it. For you.
The fruitless facade and the fearful faker. Like attracts like, it seems.
Is that
Vanitas?
Indeed. If you don't want what befell Chio to repeat, then the distortions must be dealt with. Toot sweet.
Miss Sora said that the distortions in the Academy are what pulled Chio into the other world. After the incident, the student council collected everyone's phones. But if these distortions are getting this bad, isn't it possible that some other incident might happen?
Precisely. Distortions do not disappear. The danger remains while the barrier's here.
But if the barrier is lifted, then anyone with an authority could spread the distortions beyond the Academy gates.
They would go to the outside world instead, condemning many to similar fates.
I don't think you and Miss Sora would do anything to spread the distortions. But I can't necessarily say the same about Kokoro and Ryotaro. We'd better go and talk with them.
You plan on punishing the Pact Bearers, I presume?
That would be a tragedy all on its own. And we've had more than enough of them. For his sake, I'd lay down my life. And besides, if Chio was still with us, she wouldn't want us to hurt each other. I'll find a way to end all of this peacefully.
Act 2! Nozomi Hinata! Shield of Hope!
Shinya,
Long time no see, Madam President. Same to you. Could I ask you to come to the Dean's office? Dr. Neko told us you'd regained consciousness. Sora wants a word with you. You can come too, Madam President. I'll just be going now.
It's been some time. What happened to Miss Aikawa was truly unfortunate. I was going to begin by explaining the tragedy that befell her. However, it would seem you are already aware. That being the case, I believe you understand. Should we wish to avoid further tragedy, we cannot afford to overlook any pact bearer or authority that may pose a threat. I'm sure you all feel the same, so I'd appreciate if you would cooperate.
cooperate? Cooperate how? How do you intend to resolve all of this, Miss Sora?
By having you assist us in getting rid of the pact bearers, of course. Including you. Shinya and I are about to head over to Mr. Date's location. It is most regrettable, but he appears unwilling to part with his authority. I thought I'd go and persuade him myself. Though I would much prefer that he were as understanding as Miss Tsurugadai.
Has Kokoro already agreed to relinquish her authority?
No.
Huh?
She intended to at first, but had a change of heart after Miss Aikawa passed. It's a shame, but at least the decision she made won't result in more distortions. I've decided to respect her will, tragic as it may be. Miss Sarugadai has chosen an alternative option to remain a pact bearer in the other world.
What?
She has decided to reside in the other world. She has sworn never to return to this realm.
Is that really okay?
Why, yes. I've restricted Miss Sarugadai's movements with my Essokinesis. So long as she remains a pact bearer, she cannot leave the other world. Dangerous as she may be, there's no need to fear her return.
No, that's not what I meant. Is Kokoro going to be okay?
The other world is a metaphysical plane, so there's no need for physical sustenance. As long as her mind remains hale and hearty, she should be fine. Though it's questionable whether someone who wishes to isolate themselves in the other world could be regarded as hale and hearty.
No way.
Tragedy truly loves company, doesn't it? Now then, Shinya and I will be heading to Mr. Date. Let us speak again after Mr. Date has been persuaded. By then, you will be the only pact bearer remaining in this realm.
Yes. Forfeiting your own life like this is never the right choice.
She can't leave the other world while under her pact. You'll have to void it to bring her back. In short, you must shatter her ideals. Recall when the two of you first met. You should know from then where her mist is set.
We'll stop it this time. We won't let tragedy repeat itself. I'll risk my life for hope and to be the best I can be. I can see the mist, but it seems mild compared to the old dormitory. It makes sense. Kokoro was careful not to use her power in the academy. Let's hurry and find that call to the other world. Is that Kokoro's ideal? It seems so faint. Legion. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you, Kokoro. I don't want to shatter your desires or your heart. But I can't let you shut yourself away in this lonely place. Let's go. I'll protect you with my life. I promise.
I don't understand. How can I avoid hurting others? How can I avoid being hurt by others? If I truly understood people, If people truly understood me, our lives would be happy and peaceful. Our lives would be safe and secure. But the thing is, I'm different. What is normal to me isn't normal to everyone else. I am not like other people. And because of that, my mother, my father, my friends and teachers, everyone, I hurt them unintentionally. I make them upset. They find me unpleasant. Their disdain hurts me back. I cannot understand the hearts of others. I most likely never will. But at the very least, I want to know, how can I avoid hurting others? How can I avoid being hurt by others?
That was Kokoro's will. She doesn't want to hurt anyone, or for anyone else to hurt her. You're right. She's always talking about safety and security. Her will is a compassionate one, but it's heartbreaking to listen to. She's been tormenting herself over this the entire time. Kokoro is wonderful just the way she is. I've always felt comfortable around her. But I guess it's not about how I feel. I was beside myself after the incident with Chio. I avoided everyone and lost myself in my thoughts. But then you gave me a reason to keep moving forward. Kokoro's thoughts must be haunting her too. Maybe that's why she locked herself away in the other world. After finding that ideal, I feel like I understand her kindness and insecurity more than ever. Hey, mind if I tell you an old story of mine? It's important to me that you know what kind of person I really am. Thank you. I had a childhood friend. Her name was Hikari. When I was little, I was scared of everything. More than now, even. It took all I had to keep myself together. Hikari was the exact opposite. She wasn't shy at all. She was charismatic and clever and strong and kind and caring. I latched onto her. I was always following her around like her shadow. And because of that, the boys in elementary school always made fun of me. They called me a scaredy cat and a crybaby. One day, on my way home from school, one of them grabbed my school bag and hid it in a park people said was haunted. It was the dead of winter, and the sun had already set. The park was pitch black. I was upset and too afraid to get it myself, so I clung to Hikari, crying and quivering. All I could do was sit myself down on a park bench and sob. Hikari couldn't bear seeing me that way. She told me to wait there and then disappeared into the bushes to look for my bag. I waited for hours, and it got darker and darker. The silence was deafening. But more than anything else, I was scared Hikari wouldn't come back at all, so I called for help. My parents, Hikari's parents, the police, All sorts of people came with bright flashlights, searching for Hikari. The light cutting through the darkness, the voices cutting through the silence. I remember it all. It got so late, they were about to send me home. I thought I'd never see Hikari again. But suddenly, I heard her mom scream. Everything after that is a blur. I just stood there, catatonic, unable to even cry. I remember adults panicking, Hikari's mom gripping me by the shirt, crying, screaming, the ambulance carrying Hikari away. Hikari was dead. Some psycho in the park, the supposed ghost, was responsible. Remember what Yusuke said? That I just stood by while my best friend was killed? That's what he was talking about. Hikari wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. My cowardice and weakness caused the death of someone dear to me. It should have been me. I hated myself for it. So did her parents. I truly believed I deserved it. I still do. It wasn't fair. What kind of world lets a scaredy cat crybaby like me live while Hikari has to die? I couldn't just keep on living the way I was. That's why I wanted to be just like her. To do that, I had to be strong, charismatic, and kind. To shed every part of myself that made me who I was. I decided to live the way she would have. Then my existence would have a purpose. If I took her place, I could inherit the significance of her life and make it so she didn't die in vain. Even if it was all a facade, if I lived for others like she did and ended up dying for someone more important than me, then I'd be able to atone for what happened. I know how messed up all of this sounds, but it's the truth. It's the only way I can have any hope at all. Thank you for hearing me out. All right, let's head to the library whenever you're ready. An ideal. I don't see any sign of Kokoro around here. Let's go.
I want a power that will tell me the answer. I don't understand the hearts of others. I don't want to make any more mistakes. I don't want to hurt anyone else. I don't want anyone else to hurt me. Life is a difficult thing, full of pain, sadness, hardship, regret. I wish, from the bottom of my heart, for a future where I can smile. For a life of happiness and joy. For someone as strange and different as me to understand how other people think. I want a power that will tell me the answer to understanding the hearts of others, to achieving the future I desire.
This is the reason she wanted the power of precognilysis. So she wouldn't hurt. Or be hurt. I understand why she'd make a wish like that. The motives behind her authority are pure. But the path of least hurt isn't always the best one. There's a gentle pain in protecting the people we care about. Kokoro, the path you've chosen will only end in more pain. I can't just let you take it. I don't want you to hurt anymore. But I have to do what I think is right. Thank you. You accepted me for who I am. You gave me a reason to go on. That's how I'm able to help you stop Kokoro. How I'm able to keep moving forward and protect you. Had I kept moping the way I did, I'd have just let history repeat itself. Hey, why did you accept me for who I am? I've never told anyone that story before. I didn't think you would take it so well. I figured you would reject me once you knew I was living a lie. That you'd tell me to drop the act and be true to myself. Or some other inspirational line. You're right. It is important to me. That's all that matters. Fake or real. Thank you for making me realize that. But in the end, I'm still pretending to be someone I'm not. Isn't that wrong? An ugly fraud like me will never be as good as the real thing anyway. The way I am, huh? So in other words, my attempts to impersonate Hikari. I suppose that means you acknowledge she lives on in me, at least. That does make me happy. After all, the whole reason fakes exist is to imitate the beauty of the real thing, right? Huh? What do you mean by that? My aspirations are beautiful? So what you're trying to say is that it's good that I'm such a go-getter? It's strange. I feel a little less tense after hearing that. I'm stubborn, you know. My inferiority complex keeps me from understanding why anyone would accept me as I am. It just doesn't feel right. I know wanting to be her isn't normal, but I just can't stop myself from trying. Still, deep down, I suppose I did want a part of me to be accepted for what it is. And I guess that part is being a go-getter. Fake or not, this is the way I've decided to live. I'll chase my dreams and do what I think is right. Thank you. Kokoro.
Madam President,
Hey, let's go back to the academy together, okay?
for what reason? Didn't the Dean tell you? I want to be here, alone. Please, show yourself out.
We heard. But I can't just let this happen. Why are you locking yourself away here? You never seemed that attached to your authority or your ideals.
Affirmative. I have no interest in powers or ideals, nor the physical plane from which we originated. But I realized something. The only way to neither hurt nor be hurt is to be alone. That is the safest and securest way to live. Consequently, I decided not to relinquish my authority.
You're confusing your means for your ends.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry. We found out when we shattered your ideals. Kokoro, the reason you don't want to hurt or be hurt is because you want to get along with everyone, right?
If only I knew how to make that a reality. I thought perhaps I could, were I to understand the hearts of other people. My wish was perfectly justified, but things are different now. I have finally decided to give up. A person's perception is unique to themselves. Language is a tool used to communicate perceptions to one another, but it's far from perfect. Words vary by the person. There is no way to understand someone completely. Since doing so is impossible, there is no way to avoid hurting others or being hurt yourself. Although we can't understand each other, we pretend we do. No one cares about the pain that results. It nauseates me. Only through isolation can one attain tranquility, safety, and security. It is possible to exist alone. Secluding oneself in a metaphysical plane like the other world is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So please, do not interfere.
Don't say that. We don't want to leave you here, Kokoro. You're right. When you're with others, it's inevitable that someone will get hurt. But not all wounds are bad. Some pains are kind and gentle. We're going to shatter your ideals and carry you back. By force, if we have to.
I see. So that is why you are targeting my ideals. I have no other recourse than to defend myself. I cannot permit my ideals to be shattered. They are precious to me, as well as to him. Acedia. I believe in safety and security, but my hand has been forced. Happiness cannot be won by inaction.
Kokoro!
It's warm. It hurts. And yet, I don't hate it.
I'm sorry, but I just couldn't bear to leave you alone.
Alone. This is how I became estranged from the world. When did Mother stop hugging me? When did everyone begin to distance themselves? My calculations led me to remember. I was happy when people praised me. I was happy when people patted my shoulder and said I did well. I came to love it more and more. That was when I realized I wasn't normal. Mother would apologize to me. "You're special, Kokoro. I'm sorry you can't have an education that matches how special you are, but it didn't matter to me. I loved my home, my school, and my mother. Kokoro is special, but he is so painfully normal." Such words were used by others to hurt my friend. He was a good friend. I enjoyed being around him. It isn't as though I asked to be special. If the heart of another is hurt, my own heart is hurt as well. I hate that word. Special. I wish I were normal. I want to be like everyone else. I'm not as smart as everyone thinks I am. I'm not special. I'm just strange. I don't understand. What can I do so that everyone treats me like a regular person? I don't understand. The loneliness, the sadness. How can I make it go away?
These are Kokoro's thoughts. A formative memory that led to her wish. We might not completely understand one another, but maybe that isn't so bad. Even if what we tell each other can't convey exactly what we feel. The effort of even trying to communicate those feelings is beautiful in and of itself. The warmth we share from coming together, no matter how faint, is gentle and irreplaceable. So don't be afraid of hurting us. Don't be afraid of getting hurt. Don't get used to being alone. We want you to live on with us, even if a part of you ends up lost.
First Shinya brings Ryotaro in, now you guys and Kokoro. And just when Kurama and the others recovered, too. It's worrying, really.
Yes, I suppose it is.
It'll be fine. Everyone else managed to recover. With a little rest, they will too. They might suffer a bit of memory loss, though. Hey. Miss Sora was looking for you. She asked that you stop by her office, alone.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming all this way. You've brought Miss Tsurugadai back to the academy, it seems. No, seeing as she is no longer a pact bearer, it's perfectly all right with me. The reason I called you here was to thank you and to offer my apologies. Yes, you've defeated each of the pact bearers for me after all. Of the 7 confirmed pact bearers, you have managed to rid us of every one of them. Were it not for your help, this would have taken much longer to resolve. I might have had to take more drastic action. Allow me to thank you for saving the Academy from the Pact Bearers and the anomalies. That said, there's still one Pact Bearer left, isn't there? I'm talking about you. I find this quite regrettable myself, you know. But there's simply nothing else to be done. Your very existence cannot be permitted. It must be erased from the world. Didn't you find it odd? There is no mist associated with you. Even my pact has a corresponding mist. I utilized every means at my disposal to search every inch of space within the barrier. Using even the slightest degree of one's power within the campus should result in mist. And yet, your power has not affected any area of the Academy. If mist existed for you, as it did Miss Tsurugadai, I could shatter your ideals. At least then you could be managed. But alas, none exists, which makes matters different. A potential threat that cannot be managed must instead be eliminated. How could you? You don't even know where they are. Only your demon would. But a demon would never allow an ideal to be destroyed unless it benefited them. And besides, I couldn't possibly trust a pact bearer that has no mist. Miss Aikawa lost her life because of the distortions. They never would have intensified the way they did if it weren't for the authorities. And if there were no pact bearers, there would be no authorities to use. You, of all people, should know full well the potential dangers of an existence like yours. You are a threat who mustn't be allowed to exist. You must be eliminated, here and now. It truly is a pity to lose someone so noble. Bear with me. I hope you understand my decision. At the very least, I will erase you as painlessly as I can manage. Don't worry. It will be as if you never existed at all. Everyone will forget you. No one will need to mourn your death. Now please, be at ease and go in peace. Allow me once again to offer my sincerest gratitude for all you've done. And now, let us celebrate our births. What did I...
You called for us, Sora? What the...
Sora? That power? What's going on in here?
What are you doing here?
That force field. Just what are you trying to do? Why would you use your authority on a student? Wait, your authority?
Hugo!
My head feels split in two. These words are not my own. What am I? I've forgotten something. Sora, what is happening to me?
Stop!
Huh?
Do not remember. You do not need to remember. It's all right. All I did was make it so his memories of this moment never existed. Why are all of you here?
Weren't you the one who called us in, Miss Sora? You said you wanted to talk to us. We even brought Mr. Hugo like you asked.
I said no such thing.
But I certainly did. And you all kept your promise to me. How terribly, terribly admirable.
Sora?
Sora? No. It's been a while since I met you in this form, hasn't it? You know who I am, though, of course. That's exactly right. I am Yoru. That took ages. It feels good to finally be myself for once. Nice to meet you, Nozomi. Shinya. Thanks ever so much for bringing Yugo here. I wouldn't have been able to separate from Sora without him.
Yoru? The one the Pact Bearers kept talking about?
Mm-hmm. In a sense, you could call me their creator. I'm the one who told them about the demons in the other world.
Who are you? What have you done to Sora? Just what are you trying to pull?
Weren't you listening? As I said, I am Yoru. I haven't done a thing at all, and I don't plan to either. To Sora, at least. just sprouted out of nowhere.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. How terribly disappointing. Don't interfere! I would have hit you had I not caught myself. I was going to kill the humans first, then toy with Sora a bit before killing her too.
What the hell are you talking about?
Don't be fooled.
Sora?
That thing is just a fragment of my power.
Thing? How impertinent. We aren't just the same flesh. We're of the same soul.
What do you mean? What exactly are you?
Another you, created by your subconscious. Or at least, that's what I was. I was born so that you wouldn't be destroyed by contradictions and chaos. I was born so that I could shoulder the burden of your pain. I'm you, Sora, but steeped in pitch blackness. Would you mind stepping out of the way? I would really prefer not to hurt you. Don't worry. All I want is Sora and Yugo. None of the others need to get hurt. Once those two are gone, the barrier will vanish, and you'll be able to leave this place. Understand? I'm simply doing what we all want to happen. What do I gain? You know, I hadn't thought that far ahead. Freedom, maybe? None of us will be held back. We'll be free to use our power as we see fit. To live as we see fit. Power, after all, is the privilege of the living. Yes, that's all I have in the end.
Which includes her authority. You cannot allow that thing to be released into the world. If its authority is the same as mine, it could result in unprecedented casualties. We can't afford to ignore it. The distortions could end up far worse than any we've seen in the Academy.
You mean there could be more victims? Like Chio?
Yes.
What a shame. A terrible, terrible shame. You can't exist without me, you know. I made you. I am your darling mother.
That thing isn't even human. Don't listen to its nonsense. Don't hesitate. Destroy it.
Goodness. Are you really in any position to be throwing insults like that around? You're weakened from our split. You and those children can't hold a candle to my power.
Seems you've been weakened by the split as well. You forcibly separated yourself from me, after all. Your powers and existence aren't stable yet.
Shut up!
understand soon enough. I'll tell you about myself in time. About you. About everything. Ta-ta.
Act 2. Nozomi Hinata. Dark Abundance.
When the rest of us got here, was Sora just about to... Never mind. Forget I said anything. I'm going to stay with Sora. I need to make sure she's okay.
I leave this to you. It's the key to one of the Academy's basements. With it, you'll be able to access a mist born from my pact. That thing that calls itself Yoru is made up of half of my power. Of the 3 ideals, it seems that one of them is still my own. But one completely belongs to Yoru, and the last one is influencing both of us. The key I gave you will lead to an ideal that is influencing Yoru. I won't be able to make use of my power for a while, due to the split. Could I ask you to take her down in my stead? You have my gratitude.
I'm coming with you. I need to make amends. I won't let what happened to Chio happen again. And I said I'd risk my life for you. I never would have imagined that Miss Sora's mist was underneath the Academy all along. I wonder if your mist is somewhere we can't see too. Hey, are you okay? You look pale. Everything should be fine after we beat Yoru. We're in the home stretch, so don't let up now. If something's bothering you, it'd make me happy if you confided in me about it. You're special to me. You accepted me. You gave me hope and a reason to keep going. I want to be that special to you too. So please, don't carry everything on your own. You can depend on me, even if only a little. Are those... you? Is this part of Yoru's authority? They're... terrifying. That's Miss Sora's. I mean, Yoru's ideal, isn't it? It looks so different from the others. The color is off. Is that because of Yoru? It's those lookalikes from before. I knew it had something to do with Yoru's authority. creeping me out. Let's hurry up and get rid of them.
All I want is to see you, to make you happy for the rest of your days. I swore to protect you, even at the cost of my life. But then one day you suddenly collapsed and passed away. You loved clumsy, pathetic old me until the very end. Even though the nature of this world means that we can never meet again, I still want to see you. One last time, because I love you.
Is this really Miss Sora's ideal? It didn't sound like her. Maybe Yoru's influence is throwing it off somehow? Shinya, Miss Sora.
Thank you for your hard work. Yours as well, Miss Hinata. Shinya, if you would.
Here's the key to the basement of the second-year building.
The mist you find there will lead to an ideal that's been corrupted by Yoru. That thing is a part of me. I should be the one putting an end to this, but as vexing as it all is, my power has yet to return. It pains me to ask this of you. Please, do be careful. If you manage to defeat Yoru safely, we'll still have to continue our previous discussion. Regrettable as it is, it cannot be avoided.
Previous discussion? What was it about? I don't know what you're trying to hide, but you don't need to keep it from me. You asked me to protect you, right? Then depend on me too. Let me share your burdens. If it's hard for you to talk about, then that's all the more reason you should. It's not fair if I'm the only one getting support here. It's just been one disturbing thing after another, whether in the mist or fighting in the other world. I wonder what Yoru's plan is, making all of those creepy lookalikes. Not to mention all those weird things she said about you being special, and about being your mother. We'll probably end up finding the answers past wherever that key leads us. No matter how lost or worried you feel, you'll figure something out as long as you keep moving. Let's defeat Yoru and resolve all the anomalies at the Academy for good. Then after we stop the distortions, we can go back to our normal lives. Until then, I'm right here beside you. Let's go!
Perfectly prepared, I presume? How pleasantly promising. Steel your spirit before stepping up. Because win or lose, it won't even matter. What lies past that door will leave you in tatters. Don't leave any loose ends that you might regret. This may be the last chance that you ever get. Ideals? Yours? Quite the question. A rapturous riddle. But come now, kid. Be reasonable. You're asking me the unfeasible. Just what in the world are you thinking? I doubt you have even an inkling. Now quit quibbling.
Mist? But there shouldn't be any here in the main building.
Someone is using their powers like mad. Whoever it is must be one deranged cad. It's like this all around the academy.
Yoru. Again? You're so creepy.
The world truly is a cruel and irrational place. Such a shame when children don't understand their parents' intentions. Good evening.
Yoru.
Don't be so boorish. You could at least return my greeting. All I want to do is talk. You're making a mistake, you know. We shouldn't be the ones fighting. I just wanted to let you know that. Oh my! How very assertive. I haven't even told you anything yet, silly boy. My reasoning is terribly simple. I am your mother. And that, my darling, is why you may only love me. You may only exist for me. Do you understand now?
Are you out of your mind?
I don't expect a clueless, incompetent outsider like you to get it. Though, I do expect better manners, Madam President.
I'm not an outsider.
Oh?
You hurt Miss Sora and Mr. Yugo. You're trying to flood the outside world with your distortions. And on top of that, he's special to me. I promised to protect him with my life. I won't let tragedy repeat itself. He won't end up like Chio. I'll protect him. I am no outsider.
Oh? Is that right. That's right. My adorable little prince.
You can't be his mother. It's impossible.
Ah. But it being impossible is the part that's impossible. The only thing that's truly impossible is impossibility itself.
No. A clone?
You've seen them a few times in the mist in the other world, haven't you? You, like them, are one of my creations. You were one of many pawns meant to aid me against Sora, to fight for my freedom. But among my pawns, only you have an ego. Only you have acquired power. That makes you special. Look into your heart. Think hard. Your past is empty. You can't truly deny that you're my creation, can you?
Don't let her fool you. You're Chio's brother. Your past isn't empty. You're human just like the rest of us.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong. All of you just assumed that. Though I suppose I did implant that memory into your minds. Chio's real brother died in an accident shortly before all this began. And so I saw an opportunity to overwrite the original, inserting your existence in place of his. I cultivated your ego so that you could blend in at the Academy and harness your power. Ringing any bells yet?
That's a lie.
I'm fine. His death was quite recent. What kind of person do you think he was? How did he die? Whose brother was he? Most knew about him, even if they never interacted with him personally. And so I had to cloud their memories and make them think you were Chio's brother. Your memories have returned, haven't they, Nozomi? Can you disagree with me now? What proof do you have about him being the real one? Can you truly keep on believing it? Take my hand, darling. Come back to your dear mother. Get rid of Sora, and we'll go to the outside world together. You must realize by now that if you obey Sora, you'll simply... well, you know. Surely being with your mother would make you so much happier.
Don't. You're the one who told me to risk my life, so that no more tragedies would happen. If you cooperate with Yoru, others will keep on getting hurt.
She's not wrong. If I escape the barrier, the distortions will only continue to multiply. But you aren't even a person. Not really. I made you.
You have no connection to them or their world. Even Chio only cared about you because of the memories I put in her head. Everything you knew, everything around you was just a show. A farce, with you as the star. None of it was authentic. It was never your life you were living.
No, you're wrong. Even if he wasn't really Chio's brother, even if you really did create him, the love and compassion he had for Chio, all of it was his. The pain he felt when she died was his. He'd never lie to me. All of it was true. All of it is real. Right? That's all I need to hear. Fake or real, I care about you. Because you're special to me. The promises I made won't change. I'll protect you, body and soul, with my life. So don't lose hope. Don't lose your resolve. Don't lose sight of what's important.
And what is it that's so important?
Defeating you, obviously. That's what we came here for.
How disappointing. I was hoping you'd be a little more obedient. I'll just have to teach you some manners, my little troublemaker. This little nightmare won't last long. You in and kiss you goodnight. Don't fret. When I'm done, you'll forget all about Nozomi and Chio. Stop! If you shatter the ideal, I'll disappear. This authority is all that's keeping me together.
I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for you.
Because I'm not human? Because I was created, not born?
No, I don't have the right to judge you for that. Let's hurry and shatter the ideal.
The Divine Gate. It once served as a path to the other world, and the true deity who resided there. That deity now slumbers, its divided spirits serving as paltry imitations. Its existence remains perpetually hidden, Even her clan had forgotten its true form. However, should the 9 split spirits come together as one, should the 9th spirit, the wielder of the final key, come into being, only then may the gate be opened. Only then will the deity be roused from slumber. This time, I will bring her back, smiling face and all. The real her, not this imposter.
Why?
Oh, what a terrible farce. I already told you. I was the one who created him. If the source of my power is destroyed, then I, his creator, shall disappear. Doesn't it follow, then, that he will disappear with me? Don't look at me like that. This poor little child never had a future.
What do you mean?
Sora would have merely erased him either way. He is not responsible for any mist, and he has no ideals of his own. If the pact can't be broken, then she'll simply get rid of him. Don't you remember?
What? You never told me that.
Foolish boy. Alas, I had so much more I wanted to accomplish. But in the end, the world is a cruel and irrational place.
Hey. You're the one who told me to protect you with my life. I trusted you, and still you kept all of this from me. How could you? Well, I don't forgive you. This isn't about me. This isn't about our promise. None of that matters anymore. Because you're special. Because you accepted me. Because I want to keep you safe. I wanted to protect you. I don't want you to disappear. But now look at you. Please, don't leave me. You can't go. I can't go through this again. Please, don't leave me alone. How can I possibly keep going on if I lose you too?
I'm sorry.
You're such a liar.
Hey, Vice Prez. You did a great job out there, no matter what anyone says. Nah, this is more akin to seeing your life flash before your eyes. It's all because of your power, I guess. So, how do you feel? You reached the end after all. Was it all worth it? Did you satisfy your ego? Your sister died, so I wouldn't call this ending a happy one. But still. You saved the prez and protected most of the students. That's a win in my book. Not like this ending doesn't have its bitter parts, though. That's about as much as you can expect in this unjust, uncaring world of ours. Glad to hear it. Keep fighting the good fight. Live on. Wear your ego with pride. And don't you forget your promise to me. Got it?